This is the road warrior you've been waiting for, an electric 3-row SUV that's completely broken the mold. It is stylish, spacious, and sustainable. Let's get into it. I'm in LA and I am here for the unveiling of Hyundai's brand new EV, the IONIQ 9. And this is a really big deal because this is their first entry into the electric 3-row SUV, which is a super competitive market. And then to make it electric just really steps it up a notch. So check out the venue for this place. This is the Goldstein House. It is iconic here in LA. It is known for its mid-century modern design, and it's been in all kinds of TV shows and movies. But check out these insane views. In terms of battery, we're looking at a 110.3 kilowatt hour battery pack, which will get you around 335 miles of range based on the EPA scale. And then right over here, we do have DC fast charging. We have a motorized charge port. Doesn't look like we have NACS built in directly, but they said that we should be able to go from 10 to 80% in about 24 minutes. And then you'll be able to get speeds of about 350 kilowatts. We do have little motorized buttons right here to open and close that charge door. Let's see it one more time. So it's a push, it opens, it's motorized. Also, I imagine these will light up to indicate your charge. The long-range rear-wheel drive model is powered by a 160 kilowatt rear motor. The long-range all-wheel drive alternative features add an additional 70 kilowatts front motor, boasts 160 kilowatt motors at both the front and rear. The performance model can accelerate from 0 to 60 in about 5.2 seconds. I also learned there are 16 different colors of paint, and the paint is actually made from recycled tire waste. They also have a couple of different wheel options. They have 19-inch, 20, and 21-inch wheels, which you guys can see over here. Size-wise is pretty much what I was expecting. It's built on the same platform that's used for all of Hyundai's sister brands, but it does have that extended flat floor because it is a 3-row SUV. It's completely flat on the inside. We're gonna get in there in a second so you can really see that interior space, because this is best in class when it comes to the headroom and the legroom for the second and the third row. I don't know if you guys can see this right now, but the Hyundai IONIQ 9 is the first one to actually eliminate that roof antenna. So it just gives you that clean, sleek design back here. Check this out. There is a wiper up here hidden in there, which is really nice for people that live in cold weather or places that it rains a lot. Also, this little awning comes out, so it kind of hides it from the rain. So first impressions are it's super sleek and modern on the inside. It does come with 7 different interior colors. Now 6 of those are going to be two-tone, but they do offer it in this nice black color if two-tone is not your thing. It's insanely modern on the inside. I love this futuristic design with the panoramic curved display. It also has that floating dashboard, slim air vents. So we have a 12 volt, 180 watt push right here, and then we have 2 USB-Cs that have 100 watt capabilities. Also, there's a little cubby right here, a wireless charger for your phone, and then underneath it is another little cubby down there on the bottom. We have 2 cup holders up front. Here is your wireless charging right up front. Looks like you can switch between the different drive modes right here. So they call this the Universal Island 2.0, and what's really cool about this is that you can actually move it, and it will move about 8 inches in either direction. You definitely get quite a bit of storage inside of here. I just hopped into the second row, and it is super roomy back here. You have so much headspace, so much leg room below you, and it's just a really nice design. But check out these armrests. You can actually go in any direction, and then these seats fully recline. So let's check it out. These are the relaxation seats. What do you guys think of these? We have a footrest inside of here. They are also massaging seats. And then you get all the room. I wish you guys could see all of the space inside this vehicle. They said they draw inspiration for their interiors from boats, and you can really see that inside as well, especially with the space utilization options. There's lots of futuristic design with panoramic curved display, floating dashboard, slim air vents, and ambient interior lighting. Now, I didn't get to take too good of a look at the UI, but I know that they've improved the infotainment EV route planner, improved battery consistency, and enhanced torque control display. Of course, you will also be able to get over-the-air updates. Hyundai Motors also has a new features on demand service where you can purchase digital upgrades from the online store, like dynamic lighting patterns when opening and closing the doors, and even content streaming options. Now, I wasn't able to replicate this, but the steering wheel shows the charge status with green dots, and there's also an AI voice recognition system called Mi1 Hyundai AI Assistant. So you can ask questions about point of interest on road trips, music recommendations, recommendations, and more. All right, so I got in here with Dan from What's Inside channel. What do you think?
All right, this is my favorite feature. Look at all of this room. Watch this. Look at all that room. I could literally sleep in here. That's all I wanted to show you. This is my favorite feature.
I think 4 of these seats are able to fully recline like that. So this is a really good option for car camping. So they're calling this the Universal Island 2.0, and it can actually slide back and forth about 8 inches. But check this out. You can open it from this side or this side. And there's all kinds of storage inside of here. And then also from the back, there's a little cubby on the bottom that opens up, and you could probably fit about like maybe 6 cans inside of it, but it gives you all kinds of options in terms of storage. The console also provides almost 6 liters of storage in the upper tray, as well as almost 13 liters of storage at the bottom sliding tray. So I'm inside the second row of the 7-seat option. It also has this 2-tone color. I'm really digging the lighter colors. You'll have 2 USB-Cs right here on the side of the seat, and I think that's really cool because I've noticed with my kids, sometimes the USB-Cs are down here and they get ripped off, so I like that they're inside of the seat, and you can easily access that center console from back here. You can also control all of the climate from the second row, which is really cool. And then back here we have 2 cup holders, and it looks like there are latches on both of the side seats. I don't see anything in the center, and I think you get a 60-40 split when this goes down, so you can easily access the third row. But just check out the amount of space back here. So I have a lot of room above my head, tons of space for my feet. I'm only 5'5", but I would say there's enough room for like a large 6-foot and up adult back here as well. There's lots of pockets. There's 2 cup holders on the side. I've never seen 2 cup holders back here before. I really love that they put 2 cup holders just on the doors. There's a pocket. We have vents. Also, these seats are perforated. They're heated. They're ventilated. Look at all the headroom I have, though. This is really cool. If you want to take a nap, you can close the sunroof, which is cool. We need some blackout shades, and you could really sleep in here. The second row also reclines. Super comfortable seats back here. Let's hop back to the third row right here, and you can see that you do have the top tethers on this seat and this seat. There's not one for the center seat, so if you're looking to put a car seat in here, just keep that in mind. But back here in the third row, you have tons of headroom. This is really cool. We also have 2 cup holders on the side. You have the options to control the seat right in front of you, and then you have the ventilation right back here, which is something I always look for with 3 rows with an SUV. Is air gonna reach back here? Do you have that option? You also have the USB-Cs back here on either side, so nobody's gonna be fighting over the power. I love that these are also 100 watt. You can power a refrigerator, you can power a game console, or you could even like plug in like a hair dryer back here and get yourself ready. All kinds of options, and that's where I feel like Hyundai has really pulled through with this, because they're thinking about the future, what people want, what people's needs are going to be. And I also really want to thank Hyundai for inviting me out here to experience the IONIQ 9 and sponsoring today's video. You can see that we have latches on both sides back here for car seats, 2 cup holders, USB-Cs on both sides. We have your vents. Now there's no sub trunk back here, but there is a little bit of extra storage. They have a tire kit, a fire extinguisher, and I believe that's their charger back here. And this one is spec'd for European markets. They have the 250 volt 16 amp back here. On this side, we have your 12 volt. The IONIQ 9 offers 100 watt high output USB-C ports for passengers in the first, second, and third rows, and it sources its power directly from the high voltage battery. There's also V2L outlets in the cargo area with 100 watts fast charging, so you can power high power devices like a game console or a refrigerator. You can even independently control the front and rear climate zones. With the third row seats folded flat, the trunk can accommodate up to 47 cubic feet of luggage, while the cargo room in general can take up to 22 cubic feet of luggage. So earlier I was a little bit nervous when I opened up the charger and I saw that it did not have the North American charging standard inside of it, because I really thought it would, and I have confirmed that it will indeed be made with the North American charging standard, which is really cool. But it will also have an adapter if you do choose to CCS charge. But I love that they are going to be putting that in natively inside the IONIQ 9. We won't have official pricing information until next year, but Hyundai told us the IONIQ 9 should start just under $60,000 and that all IONIQ 9 trim levels should qualify for the full federal tax credit of $7,500. I love that it's super modern with this aesthetic design, as they're calling it, and they've also tried to incorporate some of their Korean heritage with a hanbok design, which I've learned is the diagonal designs in the traditional Korean clothing. So I have Lucy from Hunting for George here, and you know everything when it comes to design,
everything,
interiors.
Everything, I know everything.
So why is this place so iconic?
So this is the Goldstein house. This was actually designed by John Lochner. He was an apprentice of Frank Lloyd Wright, so we're talking very iconic mid-century modern design. And he was rehired by James Goldstein in 1972 to remodel it, make it incredible again. And it is pretty incredible. A lot of inbuilt furniture, a lot of glass, a lot of concrete, and very open plan layout. And no 90-degree angles in this home. Did you know that?
No. This is like amazing. So why do you think Hyundai chose to have it here? Are they trying to like use some of this design as inspiration?
I think so. I mean, it's pretty iconic, and we are going to see the IONIQ 9. So yeah, I think very much inspired. Spatially, that's what I'm excited to see about the car, because in here it's all about the space, how you use it, how you kind of create function. It's all about functionality and aesthetics. So I think that's why they chose this house.
And if you want to know more about the design, go follow her and check out your channel.
Go see Hunting for George. Bye.
Have you ever been to a house like this one?
Never. I was an LA virgin until this trip. And I'm getting the full LA experience, and I like it.
I think that the reason they had it here is obviously because this interior is very modern, very sleek, and it's out of the box thinking, and obviously that's what they're trying to do with their IONIQ vehicles, the IONIQ lineup. So you confirmed that it will have NACS charging.
Yes, so it's going to come out of the gate from the Georgia factory with NACS charging, and all of them will come with a converter, so you can plug in CCS as well.
All right, so you have the option for both, which is nice.
And it's 800 volt architecture, so that means you're talking about big batteries. It's bigger than Hyundai has ever done in an electric car. So instead of it being 10 to 80% in 18 minutes to 95 under perfect circumstances, this would be 30 minutes to go 10 to 80%. And it's thinking 300 miles of range for the least, and then 335 for the long range.
Yeah. What do you think about the space? Have you been inside of it?
Oh yeah, I shot this about a week ago, so my episode's been live now for an hour. And it's amazing the amount of space. I don't know if you've shared with your audience. The high point of the car is unusual here, that the high point is behind the driver. So the most headroom is actually in the second row as opposed to the first row. And the reason why they do that is to make the car, the air get around the car more efficiently, and that's how you get 300 miles of range for a big, heavy vehicle, because it's going to weigh 6,000 pounds.
Yeah, this is supposed to be best in class when it comes to that headroom and the legroom.
Huge difference.
So in the beginning of the video, I told you guys that I was in LA, and Hyundai is sponsoring today's video, but they've also put me at the hotel that I am staying at, which is the Mondrian here in LA. And what is interesting about this is that I started my career as an actress in LA, and I actually worked as a cocktail waitress at this very hotel. And it just made me think about life and the journey that I've come on, because it's really not about getting from point A to point B. It's about that journey, and that has so much to do with the community and feeling like you're a part of something. So I wanted to also thank you guys for, you know, following me, watching me, subscribing to my channel, and just rooting for me along the way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate you all so much.